Hi, everyone. Mitch from PickDogs.com and SportsChatPlace.com. We've got them both going on. I got my Sports Chat Place ball markers. I got Pick Dogs ball markers. I got Sports Chat Place. I do the video right here for Sports Chat Place because you see I got the Sports Chat Place banner there, the Dog of the Day banner, and then I do Pick Dogs back in the studio. And today I tried a different thing with the videos at Pick Dogs. The way I did them was exactly what I said I was going to do yesterday. I got the Apple TV. I went to Costco and I got a Samsung 65-inch TV. It was on sale, $479. I just got the cheapest TV that they had, as big as I could fit inside my car, and that was exactly the biggest that would fit. And it was on special, $479 at Costco for a 65-inch Samsung 4K TV, which probably never watch TV on. It's a pretty good deal. And I'm using it kind of like a telestrator when I do my videos. But the thing is, my iPad is so old, it doesn't sync to it. So, or I couldn't get it to pair. If anyone knows how to do that, I would appreciate some help. But so I did it on my phone, which is really hard to do, on the thing. But you can see I'm kind of this on the videos. Especially, I mean, today's not one of those days in college basketball where you're just like every game, is. There's St. John Xavier, and Kansas, Iowa State, and Notre Dame, UNC. But outside of that, we got a lot of 3-win teams out there today. Lots of teams. How many Jackson State players can you name? I'm sure Chris can name a couple, but like the rest of us, It's Delaware State. Right? We know these guys, but we don't know them. Not off the top of our head type stuff. Did I change this? I don't think I changed the stupid thing for our titles. No, I didn't. Ah, man. Oh well. I'll change it on manually. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. You guys know we're here with the Puck Dogs. So we got a kind of a light, very light college basketball schedule. And the NHL, there's not much going on there either, right?
5 games.
5 games, but we have daytime, right? Because it's President's Day.
Family Day.
It's
Family Day up here in Canada.
Family Day in Canada.
Family Day. The hell are you talking
about? They just needed someone for a statutory holiday, so it's just like, well, what's the first thing we can think of? Family.
Family.
Yeah. Yeah, I get Family Day. You're supposed to go out and play in the snow with the family. We get two a year. This one and then the August long weekend's another Family Day.
Yeah, we got a civic holiday.
In the U.S., it's like they arbitrarily change holidays. So like this, we used to have 2 holidays for President's Day. There used to be Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday, and they were both really close together, and you kind of got them both off. So it was like, I haven't had a job where I go to office or anything in a long time, but there's like certain lulls in like. Christmas, Thanksgiving, and you have New Year. So it seems like you're getting all these days off in a row. And a lot of places give the day after Thanksgiving as well. But, then you have this big lull, because you get King Day in January. And then in February, you get President's Day. And then I think you don't get another day off like that until like, not Labor Day. What's the other one? Memorial Day. And then 4th of July. And then it's like you're back, Labor Day and back into Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff. So it's kind of, they moved everything around, because King Day is where Columbus Day used to be. So it's like they switched those around and, they only get one for the President's Day. I don't know, man. I can't work for anybody else. So it doesn't matter at this point. Couldn't work for myself at one point. Well, anyways, I don't know how we got on this topic, but it is Family Day in Canada. We do know that. So how do you celebrate Family Day in Canada? Do you just go to like Kentucky Fried Chicken, get a big bucket of chicken or something, and kind of like just get a bunch of sides and the whole family sits around and eats chicken, or how does that work?
If they're even open. I don't even know if they're open. I haven't gone out to check anything.
Yeah, if they're even open.
The,
Probably not a lot open in town here for me. There might be the little corner store, and that's it. The grocery stores will be closed.
Yeah, the Canadian holiday differentials they're big on Boxing Day, which is something that's not big in the United States. So they're big on Boxing Day. They got Family Day. The Independence Day is actually July 1st, right?
Yeah.
So then, do you still get July 4th? Is that still like things?
No, it's regular day for us.
Regular.
Yeah, and then we have Thanksgiving's a month earlier than the U.S.
And what about our Thanksgiving? You don't get that off?
We don't. No.
Just another day.
I have family. I have family in Georgia, so I use it as an opportunity to eat turkey twice a year. But
nice.
Well, most places up here, the public pools, like public swimming pools in the cities and stuff, they'll be free. So they'll open those up and people can go swimming and the zoo. They'll open up the zoo.
Someone commented that they should have day games, but I believe they do, right? Today in the NHL.
Yeah, there's 3 games at 4 o'clock Eastern.
There is 3 day games. So let's get to those. Florida against San Jose, Calgary against Anaheim, and the Islanders against the Coyotes. So today my parlay on the site, I know it's probably not super popular, but I don't care. I just didn't have anything to work with, so I went to the NHL and I gave out a hockey parlay on the site. And I think even the dog of the day NHL too? Might have been. I think it was.
Was it? I don't know. I haven't watched.
Chris, what do you think of these 3 early starts at 4 p.m.?
So I'm going to start Florida, San Jose. I like Florida laying the 130 against San Jose. Florida's had issues lately, but San Jose is not going anywhere fast. Florida's the team that's in a better spot to fight for a playoff position right now. You got to remember, Florida's still like 3rd in the league or something in the top 5 in goals per game this season. So I think they pepper San Jose, and I think they get the job done on the road here. I like Calgary on the puck line against Anaheim. Anaheim's had Calgary's number over the years, but that was back when there was a large discrepancy between the 2 teams. And Calgary just walloped Anaheim 6-0 on the road last week, so I'll take Calgary again. I don't know if it's 6-0, but I don't think it's much different than that result. And I like the Islanders plus 115 against Arizona. Yeah, Islanders just keep getting these favorable prices against teams that, quite frankly, like Arizona, they're probably better than. Arizona had that nice win against Washington, but I still think the Islanders are the better team side by side here, so I'll take the Islanders at plus 115.
How about you, Rod?
For me, give me the Flames on the puck line. As the Ducks played last night, they did get a win, but they're not going to beat Calgary on the back-to-back. Florida and San Jose. San Jose has been looking a little bit better lately, anyways. But I'm still not taking them. Florida's 7-1 the last 8 games in San Jose. Florida will be up for this game. Give me the Panthers on the puck line. I see this game as about a 4-2 game. And give me the Islanders at the Coyotes. I think they were just play the better. I think that would be probably a 1-goal game. I see like a 3-2 game there.
Got 2 later games today in the NHL as well. Got Vegas and the Capitals, a rematch of the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years ago, and then the Lightning and the Avs. Both these games fairly tight, bettable lines here. So, Rod, what are you thinking in this Vegas, Washington, and Tampa Bay, Colorado? These are teams that could be in the finals again. All these teams are pretty good, right?
Could be.
Yeah, these are all contenders.
Well, on the road this. Washington has been playing great on the road this year, and you're going to give me plus money with Washington. That's a rare occurrence. So give me that. I'll take Washington on the money line. I'm also going to take Washington on the puck line. So it'll be on the Washington on the reverse puck line because they're the dog. Minus 1.5 at plus 295. I think they can win this 4-2, 5-2. And give me Tampa Bay over the Avs. Tampa Bay has been rolling, and I ain't getting in front of them.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I think Rod and I are locked in on that Washington game. I had the exact same thing. I got Washington plus 120 and Washington minus 1.5. It's like Rod said, you're giving us plus money with a Washington team. Some money on the road. They lead the league in money won on the road this season. Plus, you're up $1,050 if you bet every time Washington's been playing on the road. Every time you bet Capitals, you're up $1,050. So
Well, I was up 1,050. Then I went in and played 3-card poker with it. But that's besides the
sounds like you problem.
Back when I used to drink, it was like I used to have my sports book account. Back in the day when you could get Pinnacle in the U.S., I'd have my Pinnacle account. It's like, I don't remember where it was. I used to have a bunch of those the online betting accounts, and I would like win a ton at sports betting, and then I would like, this is like back in the '90s, win at sports betting, and then I'd go in and to the online casino at like 2:00 in the morning, coming home from the bars and play blackjack online, give back all my hard-earned sports betting money.
We used to go to we got poker rooms, so we'd finish and leave the bar, and then we go.
I used to when I was like when I used to play a lot of poker, what I would do is at Caesars in Vegas, the old poker room, and it's like the new poker room is only 100 yards away from where the old one is. But it's right outside where the club was. There, the nightclub, and guys would come out of the nightclub with just wads of cash and show off for their girlfriends and play poker and lay down big money. I would just sit there. It's like if you had any kind of hand, you could take these guys down. It's like they just they would bluff at anything. It's like it's so obvious, It's like anyways. Yeah, I to me, the reason why I gave out Washington was that, I know nothing about hockey, but I do know that they're not afraid of Vegas. They know they can beat them, man. It's like they beat them in that final. They physically took it to them, and I think that they can physically take it to them, even though it's 2 years later. At any time, they damn well please. And it's like you kind of get that chip on your shoulder. It's like you can beat the bully, but you got to punch him in the nose. And I don't think Vegas has been able to do that. So we got a lousy college basketball card today, and it's about as bad as it gets. I'm expecting this to be one of the lowest traffic days of the year for Pick Dogs. This is like almost like Christmas or Christmas Eve where we just had one game. But pretty much where we stand, it is what it is, and all of a sudden, we care about, the Morgan State, South Carolina State, and the Coppin State, Norfolk State. A lot of states that aren't states, going on today. Jackson State, Grambling State. We got Mississippi Valley State. Mississippi is a state, but I don't know about Mississippi Valley.
They don't have a team either.
Chris, is there any meat on the bone here? Is there Holy Cross is 3-24 coming in here. You see the Crusaders rising to the occasion. My guess is that today you're going to see more action on Holy Cross and Maryland East Shore games than you see all season long, because you just don't see a schedule like this. There's no NBA. There's nowhere to go. And it's like, we're not going to not bet, It's like I'm just going to take a pass. How about these guys out there that think that they're like taking the high road? I'm just going to take a pass today. It's like, imagine if I got on this show and I just said I'm just taking a pass today. It's like there's cappers out there that will pass on a card, and believe me, today's a great day to pass on a card if you so choose. But we just wouldn't really have a show if we did that. Even next week's game, even next week's Monday for college hoops is better than this one by a long stretch. And also, I have to give everyone the 2-week warning, which I do every time. 2 weeks from today, I'll be in San Diego. We will be able to do the show. It's, 10 Eastern time will be 8 San Diego time.
7.
7 San Diego time. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll figure it out. I'm not. It doesn't scare me. If anything, we'll have to go a half hour early or something. We'll figure it out. I believe we start the conference tournaments, at least the smaller conference tournaments, that week anyway. But man, South Carolina State and Delaware State, if you look at the schedule, they play every freaking Monday. Man, that March 2nd, Baylor versus Texas Tech, circle that one on your calendar. What do you like today, Chris? And first, let's look at the main games. We'll look at Kansas, Iowa State. We'll look at North Carolina, Notre Dame, and we'll look at Xavier, St. John's. Anything in those three that just like lights off a bell. I know Rod is like Kansas.
Oh yeah.
The two that I'm looking at for the main games, I like Notre Dame laying the 3.5 against North Carolina. This is not North Carolina's year. These are not the same Tar Heels we thought we were going to see coming into the year, and for good reason. They just can't get anything going. They're 2-6 their last 8 road games. Notre Dame's 12-3 at home. I know Notre Dame has a history of maybe not showing up for these games, but I think this is a spot where you could maybe make a case that the Irish are the better team. I mean, I'll lay the 3.5 with Notre Dame here, and
Such a hard
the other
game.
game I'm gonna.
To me, it's just such a hard game. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, we know Notre Dame's no good. We know North Carolina's no good. It's like,
Yeah. The other game I'm gonna hop on board. I like Kansas minus 16 against Iowa State. Iowa State got that blowout win over Texas, but that doesn't mean much. I mean, what do we think of Texas this year, right? So, okay, and they just lost their best player, Tyrese Halliburton, for the year. That's their top scorer, their
wait,
top
were you
rebounder.
asking my opinion on Texas? Because how much time do we have?
I thought you wanted to keep the show short today.
Let's talk about Shaka Smart and the 4 million reasons why why the expectations at Texas are higher than what they're putting out on the court.
Actually, I think this has at least a 20-point blowout written all over it, so I'll go Kansas.
How about you, Rod, in these bigger games? Xavier, St. John's, Kansas, Iowa State, and Notre Dame, North Carolina.
For me, Kansas, of course. I'm not getting off that train yet.
In other news, water is wet.
Water is wet. Yeah. Notre Dame, I would go ahead in the Irish. Give me the Irish. They're 6-1 ATS their last 7 games. They had a little hiccup and got whooped by I think last game, but back here at home, I think they covered that number. I think the number's up to four now or 3. It's moving all over, anyways. But give me Notre Dame minus 4, and I like Xavier. I think they'll win this game today. Xavier's 4-1 ATS their last 5. St. John's 2-4 their last 6.
To me, that one scares me a little bit because Xavier hasn't been a great road team. They just haven't. But what we're starting to see is that some of the teams that haven't been great on the road are at least finding ways to win on the road, and this is a small number. So, like Cincinnati, who was terrible on the road most of the season, they're winning on the road now. I mean, they're not, killing people on the road, but they're winning on the road. And it's like, we're starting to see similar things around. It's because it's that time of year. It's like we're already there. It's crazy how it kind of snuck up on us, right? It was like we've been following college basketball since day one of the season, and a lot of people only start following it after college football ends or after the Super Bowl or something like that. And we've been following it all along, but it's like, man, Selection Sunday is March 15th. We're going to be here live as they announce the brackets. We're going to sit here with our reaction, and as they take the break, we're going to talk about some of the comparisons there because obviously at the time of the show, we're not going to know the point spreads, but people always want to know who I have in my brackets and stuff like that. That will kind of be our brackets right there because I haven't done a bracket since I won, since the second time I won. Vegas one, the handicapper one. I haven't filled out a bracket since, so I'm not good. I've kind of lost my edge on picking straight up winners because I'm so concentrated. I'm so concentrated on covering the spread. It's like, and it's just so I lose focus because in a game, in like Florida A&M the other day when I gave them out and they were -1 right in that game and they won by 2. To me, that's like winning. Same thing as if they won by 100, if they won by 2. It's like it all counts the same to me. But it's like if you're on the opposite side of a game, like I lost on South Dakota State yesterday. I had 11.5. I know it went to 10.5, but I had it at 11.5. So to me, it's like the other team, in that game, it was like they won. So it's like I consider they won, but if you're filling out a bracket and you say that they won, you lost. So it's like it's kind of that. It's kind of like how you end up with Yale beating Kentucky, or something like that, right? That's how it happens in your bracket. It's like you have Yale beating Kentucky, and it's like they covered the spread and you lost. You're out of your bracket. It was Wofford, right, last year against Kentucky. Like they didn't even cover.
Oh yeah,
they didn't even cover in that game. How does Wofford end up as a 2-point dog against Kentucky?
I don't know.
How does that happen? Chris, how does that happen? Chris looks like he's ready for a Cinnabon or something. He's kind of just like, it's like wrap it up, guys. Let's go for, let's just look at all the other games then at once. What do you like here? What's the get-in price on for a ticket at the Alcorn State Arkansas Pine Bluff game? Do you think like they have like student pricing and then it's like they probably have like, and it's probably like a flat price that's non-negotiable and there's nobody scalping, right? So my guess is the price of that Arkansas Pine Bluff Alcorn State is probably a higher priced ticket than the Cavs Hornets in Cleveland. That's my guess. Probably like $4.
There are 0 tickets left.
You're damn right there's 0 tickets left. Who do you like out of these also games? There's a lot of states here that aren't states. A lot of SWAC games. Some MEAC, some SWAC. You're going to get your Patriot League on. What are you thinking here, Chris? A little SWAC for you?
The only game I was kind of keyed in on, I like Norfolk State laying the 9 points against Coppin State. Just Norfolk State's been beating up on teams at home, averaging 80.4 points and winning by more than 20 points per game this season. I just don't like Coppin State on the road here, so I'll take Norfolk.
I like Florida A&M. If I have a choice, I'm going to take Florida. If I have a choice of one, taking Florida A&M because I've picked them so many times. I'm going to keep riding that train. They didn't look so good last time against Delaware State, but they covered. They won. That's all that really matters. I'm going to stay dialed in here with the Rattlers. Rod, you see anything here? You like a little Mississippi Valley State action? They give up only 90 points a game defensively.
Yeah.
How the hell is that possible?
Yeah.
You're in the SWAC, for Christ's sake.
The Arkansas Pine Bluff and Alcorn State. If you look, Arkansas Pine Bluff has given up 90 points a game too. It's the battle of the 90-point given up game. So give me Alcorn -9 and Southern U -14.5.
You've got SWAC teams. You've got more teams in this conference than any other conference that have less than 5 wins.
Pine Bluff, they can only score 52 points, and they're giving up 90. And the
It's only
spread's
38-point differential.
And the spread's 9. Give me Alcorn.
I think what's interesting though, when you look at some of these SWAC games, and it's like this is SWAC day. We're gonna have other Mondays like this, but not nearly as not. This is the ultimately worst day of college basketball of the year. but there'll be other SWAC days, but I mean, we really got a chance to dig in here, and it's like, can you imagine? Like, I mean, this is like these teams, like these SWAC teams, they'll take on some of these. They'll take on like some of the giants, of college basketball. So here's like that Arkansas Pine Bluff, that 90 allowed. Look at who they played, right? At South Florida opener, at Gonzaga, at Kansas State, at Pitt, at Tulsa, at UTEP, at Oregon State, New Mexico State, North Texas, Washington State. That's their out of conference. They don't have a prayer in any of those games. Not a one. Gonzaga laid 110 on them. 110.
Man. Oh. Didn't someone have 100 put up on them yesterday?
Yeah, Iapui. Was it Iapui? Iapui?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, I had to think about it for a second.
But Arkansas Pine Bluff, that's how you end up with 90 points against, is you schedule like that. And all these schools schedule like that. They all do. And the reason why they schedule like that is because they get a lot of money to play those games, And it's crazy. It's like when you look at FAMU, who I like, right? You look at FAMU, and here was their schedule. They opened at USC. They were getting 27 in that game and didn't cover. Then they came here to Hawaii. They lost to Pacific and South Dakota on a neutral court. Seton Hall, Kansas State, Tennessee, Washington State, Iowa State. They beat them at Iowa State. Beat them. And then they hit conference play. But it's like, you're not going to really gain any positive momentum there. They knocked off Iowa State and Seattle, but, so what, It's like, you schedule like that, you're starting the season 0-10, if you're a Florida A&M. You're basically saying, we're willing to start 0-10. And let's look at Maryland East Shore, and it's like, I'm not going to go through all of these, but you have to, when you look at these teams, you have to look at their opening schedule, throw those all out, and then just go to conference play where they're playing teams at their level. So here's Maryland East Shore, who could be on paper, them and Mississippi Valley are probably two of the worst. But you look at Maryland East Shore and the Hawks. Listen to this, all right? At Penn State, at Liberty, who was undefeated for a long time this season, okay? At Stanford, at Oklahoma, Wofford, Delaware, who's of those teams, not bad. At Fordham, who needs to get a win at some point, right? At East Carolina, at Charlotte, at Old Dominion, at Virginia Tech, and at Baylor. Congratulations. It's like you're gonna have it's like the person, the athletic director, it just says, we're gonna go 0-14 to start the season. This is what we're gonna do. Stanford, Oklahoma, Baylor, Penn State. You have that schedule. If you're like Virginia Tech and playing that schedule, you're hoping to go 2-2. It's like these guys. It's like the fact they only gave up 84 to Penn State, I consider that a victory. Oh, they played Virginia. As a matter of fact, they did play Virginia Tech. They lost 90. I didn't even count that one before. They lost 92-37 to Virginia Tech in Blacksburg.
Yikes.
Yeah. That was the in-between Christmas and New Year's celebration. The students weren't even there to see the beatdown.
So full.
Oh, man. So anything here, Rod, that you're looking at on these SWAC action?
No, just for me, just give me Alcorn State minus 9, minus 14.5.
I did pick Iwapui. I did pick them in that game, getting the bundle of points against Wright State. Right, that's who they played.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, they lost.
Yeah.
They lost by 100 points. It counts as one loss for me. And you know what? I didn't bet the game, but in the grand scheme of things, whether a team is favored by 5 and wins by 4 and doesn't cover, or whether a team's getting 17 and loses by 75 points, it counts exactly the same. Exactly the same. And I'll tell you what, if I'm gonna lose an Iwapui like that, I lost in the Evansville to Duke game, a few years ago by about that same margin, and I'm gonna have losses like that because I take the chance, to make those picks, and that's why I hit those massive money lines, when well, not Andrew Kashner, but somebody beats when somebody beats earlier this season in baseball, early in the season in baseball when the Red Sox were going down at minus 300 favorites. I mean, that's why we were cashing. Oh, I'm not allowed to speak to degenerates. Sorry. Anyways, let's just do a recap and get the heck out of here. We'll call it an early day. Chris, get your Jackson State on.
All right, I like college hoops. I like Notre Dame laying the 3.5 against North Carolina, Kansas minus 16 against Iowa State, and Norfolk State minus 9 against Coppin State. NHL, I like Florida minus 130 against San Jose, Calgary on the puck line against Anaheim, the Islanders plus 115 against Arizona, Washington plus 120 against Vegas, and Colorado at even money against Tampa Bay. 3-game parlay. I like Calgary on the puck line, Islanders money line, and Washington money line.
Okie dokie. Let's got it. Go to Rod.
All right, college hoops. I'm going to take Kansas. Of course, like Kansas. I'm going to take Alcorn State minus 9 over Arkansas Pine Bluff. Give me Xavier on the money line over St. John today. Like Southern U Jags minus 14.5 over Mississippi Valley. Give me Notre Dame minus points over UNC. NHL. Give me the Flames on the puck line. The Panthers on the puck line. Washington on the money line and on the puck line at plus 295. And Tampa on the money line. For me, I'm going to just take this 4-teamer today. I'm going to go Washington money line, Tampa money line, and Southern U minus 14 plus 1231.
Okay. My turn. I don't know. I don't love today's card, and if there was a day ever I wanted to take a pass, today would be it. That's all I got to really say about this. But we'll have a much bigger and better show tomorrow. Steve Monahan wasn't with us yesterday, so what we're going to do is we're going to wake his ass up one of these days and get him on one of our weekday shows. Still behind the scenes at Sports Chat and at Pick Dogs, still a lot of wood to chop back there. So if you guys are seeing any technical difficulties, any problems with the websites, shoot me an email at mitch@pickdogs.com or mitch@sportschatplace.com and let me know. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm still working on the t-shirt giveaway for March and March Madness like I did last year for Sports Chat. I think this year it's going to be a Pick Dogs t-shirt, and it's going to be this logo, the one that was voted, that got like one vote when we did the vote between the one in the upper corner here or this one. So I'm going to do this one anyway because I like it better. And That's the way that'll be. And it'll go to people that have a current subscription of Spread Knowledge, not a free trial, and or that have our new premium area. Getting just so many emails. Generally, I'm really good at replying to emails, like super fast, but I have to say I'm way overwhelmed. So if you send me an email and it's not like something that's urgent and you don't hear back from me right away, give it a day. If you don't hear back from me, email me again, and it's okay. If it's just some kind of, you want to pick on a game or something, I'm not going to answer it anyway. Anyways, let me get these guys back. Did I miss anything, guys? Is anything important out there? I'm going to post the rules, I think, of the Facebook group as a post in the Facebook group, at least for a little while. I don't want to leave it up there. In Sports Chat, it's like in the Sports Chat group, you have to agree to those rules to get in the group. I forget how I did that. So I'm going to just post the rules on Facebook because I think a lot of people don't know them, because it's this whole I won this parlay and I did this and I did that. It's not that we're not happy for you. It's not that any of those things. Not congratulations. It's like, that's nice. It's like if we just sat here and had a show talking about all our winners, it's just not that fun. Rob, what was your last pick?
The last pick on the 4-team thingy that I cut out?
Yes.
That was my last pick. Well, the last pick was Tampa Bay money line.
Tampa Bay money line. I did the 4-team. That was that. Anyways, got a lot going on at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. I'm still navigating through it. It's just a lot of a big tech piece and a big everything else. So if I'm not, it's going to take me a little while to figure it out. I think while I knew this was going to happen for a while, it's been a lot more difficult than I thought. How about you, Chris? What do you think? Chris is kind of behind the scenes more with me than.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, right? But we're getting
it's not as, it's like we get it done because this is what we do. We grinded it out for a long time, but it's like it hasn't been as smooth as other things that we've done. Like when we launched Pick Dogs, it was fairly smooth. There were some glitchy stuff going on, but this is like, it's kind of like a lot of things we didn't expect, and then we're still rebuilding a new Sports Chat, which will launch in the next day or two, and it's going to still be a bare bones, thing, just a different site, and then we'll be able to build it out from there. But I really thank our tech team. I know they don't watch our show, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to thank them anyway, and of course everyone at Pick Dogs and the Puck Dogs and everybody, man, my accountants, lawyers, everybody, man. It's been a real team effort. I know you guys don't see it and you don't know it, but we probably have all in all 50 people, that we work with. So, and you guys know me. I mean, I can't even tell you who played yesterday. People are like, what was your record yesterday? I was like, I don't even know, So it's like managing 50 people is a tall order for someone like me. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us and for being part of it. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Thinking about doing a night show. It's like we're not doing enough. Still thinking about that night show. What do you guys think about doing a night show?
Like an opening lines type of thing?
Like opening lines, just, kind of first look.
The first look, yeah, I like that.
Like the first look.
We're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
We're watching.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing yet.
I don't know. I know Chris is super busy at night, so maybe we might have to have some different first lookers. We'll have a different crew, but I don't think Chris is going to come with us for the first look.
And trap.
I might.
Chris is too busy. It's too busy for us.
Who said that?
He's like, I want in.
All you gotta do is just let me know. Let my assistant know, and I'll make the time.
Maybe have your assistant call my assistant.
I will.
We'll figure it out. But maybe we'll have it. Maybe the show will just be like, I'll get a different host to host it, and we'll just have different people pop in. First look. I don't know. But then you'd lose the consistency of the show. Like we have this, and it's like people know it's like, coming and this is what I'm getting. All right, we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. We got time. You know, it's not like we haven't done something by trying 16 different ways to do it first. All right, see you guys later.